Reflecting back over the last year, what has worked well with this project?
From a patient's point of view, it's been good for me in as much as it's made me reflect on my experiences rather than just dismissing them as a day-to-day occurrence. And it allows you to formulate a picture in your own mind as to whether you're getting A, what you want, and B, what you expect from your healthcare provider. And it allows you to formulate the right questions to ask. I would encourage anybody, any patient, to think about what they're experiencing and what they would think would be a better experience for them.
Is there anything that could be done to improve the project?
Biggest improvement, rather than having to rely on video and documented evidence, and accepting that we've been working under very difficult COVID conditions, would be to have these as real FaceTime opportunities with representatives from patients and healthcare providers, so we can really make the message very clear about what's needed and will allow the patient to take more ownership of their health program, encouraging that two-way dialogue and maybe just trying to dilute the suspicion which sometimes you feel you're being met with when you do make negative but hopefully constructive comments. But I think we need to accept that we're all grown-ups and we're all experts in our own field just because they are qualified in what they do. They're also people. They need to be done or treated in an open and honest way, in the same way that they need to treat us.
Having mainly accessed your GP digitally over the last year, what would your message be for GPs going forward?
I would say learn from COVID, learn from the press that you guys have received. It's not just me who said GP is difficult to contact. So accept that and moving forward, make it easier. I'm not saying you have to spend every consultation face to face, but use your area of expertise to gauge who you need to be seeing face to face and see them.
You had a suggestion about how patient feedback processes could be improved.
If you're a healthcare professional, that's exactly what you are. The chances are that you're not a user of the service at that time anyway. You are administering the care. So you've no idea how the care that you're delivering feels. It suits you because otherwise you wouldn't be doing it in the way that you're doing it. But does it suit the patient? I would advocate when people are looking at feedback, including and distinct from complaints, that they utilise lay people, patients, whoever, to form part of that investigation. I'm referring to first-hand information that a patient might have that a healthcare professional isn't going to have because he hasn't experienced the same aspects as a patient has. So it's more relevant to listen to the patient than the healthcare professional in many instances. So use and value that information. If it's there for free, that's a great source of data.
From your experiences over the last year, what is the one key message you'd like health and care services to hear?
To be prepared to listen. Unless you accept in an open and honest, frank way that people are going to have bad things to say, not about you as an individual, but about the service that you're collectively providing, then you're never going to put it right. You almost need a sanctuary where patients can go and talk completely objectively and saying, okay, right, what is it we're doing wrong and how can we put it right? Because it's only if you're receptive to that that it will ever be put right. If you don't accept there's a problem, nobody's ever going to solve it.
And finally,
What I would like to say to everybody who's watched the videos that I've recorded or listened or read the transcript of anything that I said is thank you for taking the time and the trouble to listen. It is important. It's so very important that to all patients that you listen to us. But more than that, it's important that you do something with that information. So when you leave the meeting room now, don't leave it in your briefcase or on the back seat of your car when you get home and forget about it. It needs to be used, because otherwise it just becomes another waste of time.